Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. My name is Charlotte, and today we're talking about what I want and what I don't want for my little girl, for my baby. She is due next month. I am a first-time mommy, so these are things that I have thought about and contemplated. Some things I'm very passionate about, and some I just really want to input. I don't know. Before we get into it though, disclaimer. These things are not set in stone, and I have an open mind, so it's like if some of these things don't go exactly how I want according to plan, I'm not gonna be like hating myself. And I by no means am judging any moms who do not feel the same way as that I do. I don't even know why I'm making this so serious. It's not even that serious. Like, these are just good parenting things, you know? Okay, I wrote some things down. So the first thing that I want to definitely do for my little girl is bedtime stories. Nighttime bed routine, reading her a book. I really am so looking forward to just sitting down with her, well, she lays down, and reading her a nighttime bedtime story, whether it's with Papa Bear or just by myself, or maybe one night he'll do it by himself, you know. I just really think that it's so important to like spend that little bit of quality time, and I feel like as a child you look forward to that. You won't have to dread going to bed as much. You'll just be like, oh, at least I have my little bedtime story, and I get tucked in and we have our little prayer, you know. So I definitely want to do that. I kind of wonder though, like, am I gonna do like cookies and milk or like a snack before bed? Because I got that and I like loved it. But like, who wants to give their kids sugar before bed? I guess I have to. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. The second thing that I've thought about that I really want to do for her is every morning have prayer and scripture reading, or like a little devotional. Obviously when they're a baby or a toddler and they don't fully understand, I'm definitely just gonna pray with them. But even if it's like one verse, just something like just speaking the word of God to her every day. The next thing that I want to do, and I always said this, I feel like this is something I'm definitely looking forward to doing, and hopefully this like happens. I want to have at least one night a week where it's like a family night. Well, I'm sure we'll have multiple like movie nights, but I want one specific night that we could all look forward to, that, you know, we like have a special dinner, like a fun dinner, whether it's like ordering a pizza, making tacos at home, or ordering Chinese food and eating it on the floor. Something. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. We could just cook regular food, but have board games, and then have a movie night or something like that. At least take some day out of the week where we like do something fun, go out to eat, go to a carnival, you know, like whatever. As long as we're having quality time and there's no phones involved or anything like that, like we're just really having family time, like I'm looking forward to that. Like, that's what I want. This next one is more of like what I don't want. Yeah. So when it comes to toys and gifts, call me crazy, but I honestly have this thing in my mind where I'm like, I don't want my little girl to have a lot of toys. Like, you think like the firstborn and just having a child, like you want to spoil them, and they often do, because they have like relatives and grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff like that. And I feel like it might come down to like having that awkward conversation with people that they're just not gonna get anyway. But don't get me wrong, I want my little girl to have toys. I loved toys growing up, and I want her to have playtime and have fun and get things. Like, I'm not trying to deprive her. I just want her to use what she has and to be grateful for what she has. And I also want, specifically with the gifts and toys that she gets, like, to be things that stimulate creativity. Stuff that kind of makes her independent, not having to rely on being entertained. I genuinely want her to be a kid. You know what I mean? And I grew up playing with my toys for hours, and I was so grateful for all my things that I had. And I didn't feel ever spoiled. I was like the last born though. I'm the youngest out of 4, so I feel like naturally it kind of comes down to that, because the firstborn's usually like they get all the stuff, and I don't know. It's just in my head. My parents would get me stuff, don't get me wrong. And like birthdays and Christmas, they would just make it so magical for us. But I just remember always feeling appreciative of all the things I had, and it wasn't like an excessive amount, and I was able to be a kid. I was able to go outside and play with my toys, or just use my imagination, you know? Like I didn't have access to iPads and computers and phones and all of that. Like I 100% do not want my kids to have an iPad. I'm like, absolutely not. I don't have one anyway, so that'll help. But I realized that we have phones. We have smartphones, which are basically the same thing. And there's a TV, there's a computer. I'm on YouTube, you know, like there's so much that I can't be mad at myself, you know, we're in a digital age. I could only keep her from it for so long, but I truly want to keep her away from all of that for as long as I can. And if it was like, I totally want her to watch movies, like Disney movies I grew up with. I want her to have things like blocks, coloring books, painting, a tea set, a kitchen set, like that kind of stuff. Like just being a kid and playing. Does that make sense? I'm gonna try my best to do activities with her. You know what I mean? That was a long spiel. Behavior in public and being polite. I definitely want to make sure that my children in public are behaving and not screaming, and I want to have awareness of other people around me and respect for them. Like, yeah, of course, sometimes a kid's gonna have a day or a bad day, or a baby's gonna be crying. Like, that's natural. Like, what are you gonna do? Sometimes we have these days. Like, okay, if it happens, it happens. But for the most part, my children are gonna be falling in line, okay? I refuse to have a whiny, bratty child. Ugh, no. I'm like a crazy lady. I want to instill in my children manners, and definitely want them to say, well, I'm talking about her. Thank you, please. I think it's amazing when parents make sure that they're instilling this in them at a young age, because you want them to grow up to be, you know, have manners, you know? And I'm not saying my kid's gonna be like this perfect, sweet little angel, no. Don't know where I left off. My camera overheated. So I kind of talked about this, like the iPad and stuff, but now going on to, I'm kind of skipping over the next one. Going on to like a little bit older digital devices and stuff like that. And like when you give your child a phone, I don't even know. It's only gonna get worse too. Like it's so crazy. I don't know the age that we're gonna allow our kids to have a cell phone. You know, I don't. Baby girl, I love you so much, and I'm doing all this for your best interest, okay? Okay. Yeah, I don't know the exact age when we'll do it. I know it'll definitely be later than all the other kids surrounding them in school, and I'll definitely probably be the outcast, unfortunately. But, you know, I'm not going to use that as an excuse to be peer pressured to give things to my kids just because the other kids have it, you know? But it's definitely a hard and tricky topic, but I'm very, very thankful that my husband is so aware of this stuff and actually talks to kids about this and deals with this, and like digital devices and digital safety and awareness and identity and all that. So he always reassures me, like, you know, because you think about your kid being bullied in school, and you think about them being angry or bitter at their parents because of that. But the thing is, it's like, he always reminds me, just like, we have to just communicate to our kids, like, we're their parents, but we're their counselor and their friend at the same time, all in one, more so their counselor and parent. But, you know, you want to have a relationship where they can talk to you, you know? But not only that, it's just like, yeah, bullying happens and things happen in school and they're going to go through things regardless of how you raise them. But, you know, instilling in them love and communication and teaching them things is going to shape their identity. They're going to know who they are. They're going to be confident. They're going to know they're a child of God, and they're going to know that their parents love them, and they'll be prepared for certain things, like different situations when it comes to, I guess, these kind of weird topics at school where you get bullied about. So I think about that, you know, I think about them dealing with that, but I also think like we're going to raise them to be confident in who they are. So when a situation comes up, they can just be like, it's okay. I know who I am. Okay? Right? Right, girl? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Not a parent yet. I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet. The next thing I wanted to do, which kind of goes into that, is like every morning with baby girl Raya, I really, really, really want to hold her in the mirror. And this is obviously when she's, actually maybe when she's a baby too, because I just want to do it anyway. Speak life into her. I want her to repeat me when she can, and looking at herself in the mirror. And I have it written down, a couple things. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to say, but more along the lines of like her saying, I am beautiful. I am loved. I am confident. I am humble. I am gentle. I am kind. Like this kind of stuff. Like just a couple of different things for her to repeat to herself, because not so that she becomes conceited, because I think every girl should feel beautiful and realize that from a young age, so that they have that confidence and they're not looking for it elsewhere, you know. But I also want to instill in her to make sure like she is humble and kind to other people and aware of things, you know. But I definitely want her to look at herself in the mirror and not feel ugly, but to say to herself, I am beautiful and I am loved. I mean, there's so many other things I think about, you know. I think about her birthdays and Christmas and all the things that I want to do for them. And I'm saying them like there's another child. I have baby girl. Anyway, these are just some of the things that I think about, that I thought about. And comment below if you have any traditions, things that you don't allow, or just like fun things that you do. And that's it. So definitely subscribe if you're not already. Comment below your thoughts, please, 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 please share. I'd love to hear what you do or what you want to do, you know. Let's talk. All right. Love you guys. Ciao.